This lesson is on our straight line depreciation. So if we're looking at depreciation, depreciation is a decrease in the value of an asset over time. So things like cars very easily depreciate, computers, mobile phones. You can't get the same amount as what you paid for them usually. So if we're looking at a four-wheel drive that was purchased for $58,000 and decreased in value by 30% in its first year, what was the value after 1 year? So we think of 30%, that's 100 minus 30, leave us with 70%, which is 0.7. So talking about those decimal multipliers, which we've looked at already. So it means I'm going to multiply my 70%, because I want to know what 70% of this is, because it's lost 30%. Of my 58,000 tells me that the price of that car after a year is $40,600. So it's lost a significant amount of money just after a year, and this is real life. This is what does happen. Then we look at our straight line depreciation. So our straight line depreciation is when the asset depreciates at the same amount for each period. Okay, so we have a formula, which is S equals VO minus DN. So S is the salvage value of the asset after N periods. Okay, so salvage meaning current. VO is the initial amount, D is the amount of depreciation per period, and N is our number of periods. So if a motorbike was purchased for $18,000 and depreciates by $2,100 each year, using straight line depreciation formula, find the value after 4 years. So again, we set up like we did with our compound interest and our simple interest, we set up the bits of information that we need. So our salvage amount, we don't know, which is what we're trying to find. The amount that we purchased it for was $18,000. The depreciation is $2,100, and we want for 4 years. So if we then set up our formula and fill in the information, so 18,000 minus 2,100 times 4, so it means it is going to be $9,600, or worth $9,600 after 4 years. So every year it's going down $2,100. The next example part is when to the nearest month, so month is what we need here, will it be worth half of its purchase price? So if S is what we're trying to get being half of what we paid for it, we paid 18,000, so if we divide by 2, we need to get S down to being 9,000. Means our initial price stays the same, our depreciation stays the same, and I'm trying to find how long it takes. So filling in our information, S, I need to be 9,000. Our initial amount was 18,000. We depreciate that much, and I want to know how long. So I need to solve this equation to find N. So I subtract my 18,000, and it's okay to have negatives. So it gives us negative 9,000 equals negative 2,100 N. Now to get N, I need to divide by negative 2,100, which tells me N is 4.2857, so on. I need to turn this into months, so we times by 12, so turn it into a year and months. So that tells me 51.42857, which is roughly to the nearest month, 51 months. Okay. Last question here says, after how many months, so again, how long to the nearest month, will the motorbike have a $0 salvage value? So my salvage is 0. My initial amount is still 18,000. The amount that I'm depreciating is still the same, and I want to know how long. So always write your formula. So S becomes 0. V is 18,000 minus our 21N. This time I want to not be working with a negative, so I'm going to add my 2,100N. So I get 2,100N equals 18,000. To get N, I need to divide by my 2,100 or my 2,100. So N is 8.57
to turn this into months, I need to times by 12. So I get 102.857, which is roughly 103 months to the nearest month. So these ones you do need to remember to multiply by 12 to turn that into our months, and then we just write that what it is in our months. But it's simply solving an equation.